Today we will broach the order and bearer instruments under Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. The distinction between the order and bearer instruments is significant for two purposes. First, as to payment, that is, to whom and how the payment is to be made, or second, as to transfer. Hello friends, I am Sanjay Arora. By profession, I am an advocate. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, Legally Determined. Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 provides that a promissory note, also known as pronote, bill of exchange, or check may be payable to order or bearer. Payable to order. Explanation 1 to Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act provides that a promissory note, bill of exchange, or check is payable to order when first, it is expressed to be so payable, or second, which is expressed to be payable to a particular person, and third, does not contain words prohibiting transfer or indicating an intention that it shall not be transferable. Illustration 1. Pay to Y. This is an order instrument and negotiable. Illustration 2. Pay to Y or order. This is an order instrument and negotiable. Illustration 3. Payable to Y on pay to Y only. This is an order instrument and not negotiable. Explanation 3 to Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 makes it clear that where a promissory note, bill of exchange, or check, either originally or by endorsement, is expressed to be payable to the order of a specified person and not to him or his order, it is nevertheless payable to him or his order to his option. Thus, where an instrument contains pay to Y, it means it is payable to Y or his order or at his option. So it is not necessary to write word order after the name of the payee or holder. The payment of order instruments is to be made to the person concerned only, or to his order any other person in case of endorsement. The identity of such person has to be verified and established at the time of payment. Such instrument can be negotiated only by endorsement and delivery thereof. Payable to bearer. Explanation 2 to Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act provides that a promissory note, bill of exchange, or check is payable to bearer, which is expressed to be so payable, or on which the only or last endorsement is an endorsement in blank. Bearer instrument means a bearer is he who bears or carries. Section 16 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 defines endorsement, endorsement in full, endorsement in blank. Endorsement involves the signature of the fact of the transfer of the ownership in the instrument in favor of the transferee, also known as endorsee. Endorsement in full means when the endorser specifies the name to whom the instrument is to be negotiated or endorsed. This endorsement is said to be an endorsement in full. Endorsement in blank, where the endorser, without mentioning the name of the endorsee, only signs his name only. This endorsement is said to be an endorsement in blank. Thus, an instrument expressed as first pay to the bearer, this is a bearer instrument, or second pay to Y or bearer, this is a bearer instrument. Illustration third, an instrument payable to order is endorsed in blank, this is payable to this is a bearer this is a bearer instrument. Fourth, illustration fourth, where pay's name is fictitious or non-existing, such instrument is considered bearer. The payment of bearer instrument is very easy since it requires no verification or identification of the person receiving it. The payer will be discharged from liability to any person who is bearer or holder of the instrument, even if he may be a thief or a finder. Bearer instruments may be negotiated by simply delivery of the instruments. Drawing, accepting, making, or issuing of the negotiable instruments is subject to restrictions under Section 31 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1931. 1934, the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides that a bill of exchange, hundi, pronote, or engagement, may be a bond or security, shall not be drawn, accepted, made, or issued payable to bearer on demand by any person. Further, Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides that there can be no borrowing, owing, or taking of any such of money on the bill of exchange, pronote, hundi by any person. The proviso to Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides that checks, drafts, and hundis can be issued payable to bearer on demand. There is a discrepancy between the Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 and proviso to Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides that hundis payable to bearer on demand cannot be issued, but the proviso to Section 31, subsection 1 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides hundis payable to bearer on demand can be issued. Thus, the word hundi needs deletion from any one of the provisions. Section 31, subsection 2 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 provides that a bill of exchange, hundi, pronote, or engagement can be drawn, accepted, made, or issued payable to bearer on demand by the Reserve Bank of India. Second, the central government, if expressly authorized by the Reserve Bank of India. These provisions are made to eliminate similarity and confusion between the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 with legal tender, namely currency notes issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Now, the principle once a bearer, always a bearer is introduced in Section 85, subsection 2 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Section 85, subsection 2 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 was added by the Negotiable Instrument Act Negotiable Instrument Amendment Act 1934, which provides that checks originally drawn to bearer shall not lose their bearer character, notwithstanding any endorsement thereon, whether in full or in blank, and whether such endorsement purports to restrict or exclude further negotiation or not. The necessity for the amendment had arisen out of a ruling of the Bombay High Court. The citation is Forbes, Campbell and Company versus the official assignee of Bombay 27, Bombay Law Reporter 34. Under Section 50 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 and the explanation appended thereto. A bearer bill can legally be changed to order bills by endorsement. This makes it incumbent on banks to examine all the endorsements upon the bearer checks, and this considerably increases the work and responsibility without any advantage to their constituents and the general public. This amendment removes the difficulty of the banker. Section 85 subsection 2 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 provides a protection to a banker paying a check, though originally drawn bearer but endorsed in full or in blank. It means a full endorsement does not change the nature of an instrument which is drawn originally bearer, and the liability of paying bank comes to an end on such checks by payment to the bearer thereof. There is an exception to Section 85 subsection 2 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. The Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 has no application to the payment of check which becomes bearer by a subsequent endorsement in blank, because such check was not drawn bearer originally. Second exception is Section 85 subsection 2 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881 does not apply to promissory notes or bills of exchange. So we have discussed the concept of payable to order and payable to bearer instruments. Many thanks to you for watching this video. Please like, share and comment on my YouTube channel Legally Determined. Thank you very much. Break a leg. Thank you.